Hi friends, my name is Bhavya Mangla. I'm IATF qualified auditor doing audit for the automotive sector for the last 19 years. I'm again back with a very interesting topic, and today I'm going to talk about quality circle. And when we talk about quality circle, it is as per this book by Imai Masaki, which he talked about kaizen. And by the time this video will end, you will understand what exactly is the background of quality circle, what is the purpose of quality circle, what are the different steps which are there in quality circle, what are the industry challenges that we are facing, and what are the benefits that an organization can get in case they effectively implement quality circle. Well, when we talk about quality circle, it's more about common sense. If you look around yourself, in case somebody is ill in the family, you'll find all the family members will work together to find out what is the reason that why that person is ill, what to do about that, what kind of medicine should be given, what kind of treatment should be given so that that member should get healed as much as possible. Or maybe wherever we are living in a society, there is some resident welfare association, maybe there is some security issue. So different people will work together. They will find out, okay, maybe we need to put some CCTV or maybe a security guard or maybe some alert warning or something should be there. Maybe we can make a WhatsApp group. So if you see in all the cases, actually we are having a small team of people who are working together to find a particular solution. Something similar happens in an industrial environment also, wherein when we talk about quality circle, it's an improvement technique, and the objective is that what can be done as a team wherein we can work together, preferably a same department, and find out main issues which are there and what are the possible solutions which can come out by working on that. To talk about history of quality circle, it started somewhere in 1960s when Jews, Japanese Union of Japanese scientists and the engineers, they decided to form a group of people. And in fact, it's very interesting that in the beginning the idea was to just motivate the people to inculcate a habit of total employee involvement. That was the intent, but later on they realized that it can also improve the productivity and the quality also. So if I talk about industry perspective, each and every organization's their first objective is profit. Now, to achieve profit, what are the key factors there? So there are three key factors: quality, environment, development, and cost. So when we talk about quality, the primarily the intent is that whether the quality is meeting the intent of the customer or not. When we talk about cost, then whatever quality that you are producing, is it within that particular quality level, or we are making a good quality product with a very high cost. And third is delivery, that whatever we are doing, whether we are being able to deliver it to everyone including our customer on time or not. So whenever an organization decides to work on a quality circle project, it's very important that it should be aligned with QCD. If it is aligned with QCD and it is helping the organization, it means yes, it is serving the purpose. If not, then there is no point in having a quality circle. To move further with respect to this, that in case an organization effectively implements a quality circle project, what can happen? So there can be some possible objectives for which an organization should work for a quality circle project. Well, it includes that it may help the organization to develop some capabilities, and they can also have a feeling of self-actualization. It is also to make the workplace more pleasant, vital, and satisfying, and certainly it can contribute to the society, and moreover, it can also helps to increase the employee satisfaction. That again is going to help a lot to a particular organization. Now talk about how to go ahead with a quality circle. So there are certain steps which that need to be taken before actually going ahead with a quality circle. So first and the foremost is that there should be a team from the same work environment, preferably same department if possible. Say maybe a organization is having different processes like molding, welding, assembly, paint shop, and some other department. So any one of the department, the people should join together, preferably 4 to 6. Sometimes it goes up to 10 also. They should work together. Then they should define a specific time, that on which time, on which day, and for how duration they need to meet. If possible, they can have a sort of an attendance sheet which they can keep to make sure that whether all the people are coming and they are coming on time or not. Once it is being done, then it's also important that the team that has been identified, they should be given some basic training, especially when we talk about quality circle, the use of 7QC tool. When we talk about 7QC tool, primarily we are talking about the different things like check sheet, fishbone diagram, Pareto, control chart, histogram, stratification, scatter diagram. So it's important that the training should be given for all those things so that they are aware about these basic tools. Then another objective of quality circle is to ensure that whatever we are doing, it is permanent in nature. So they can be also given some training with respect to Poka Yoga to ensure that whatever things that are being improved, they remain there, and in case any problem is coming, before the problems come, we can come to know through that defect prevention technique. Then apart from that, another important thing is that they need to decide a leader who is going to lead that particular team. They can also define some sort of facilitator who can help them. Maybe the facilitator can be maybe a boss or maybe a senior person of the management who can help the organization to go ahead. So once everything is ready, then based on QCD, quality, cost, and delivery, they need to identify what are the different challenges that particular process is facing, and then they need to identify at least one. And there can be different steps when they are solving the problem. And you must be knowing about PDCA, plan, do, check, act, the Deming cycle. So that needs to be followed just to ensure that we plan something. Once we plan something, then we actually do as per that. After doing it, then we check that whatever has been planned, it has been achieved or not, and then what are the gaps, whether it can be improved further, or in case there is no scope for improvement, how to make sure that whatever improvement has happened, we can maintain that particular level. So generally there are 8 key steps with respect to the quality circle for problem solving, but depending on the organization and the different steps, it can go up to 10 or 12 also. So the first step there with respect to a quality circle project is talking with respect to identifying a problem or defining a problem. So let's assume that a problem is identified with respect to quality, that we need to reduce the rejection from 500 ppm to 100 ppm. So that is a problem which has been identified in a molding process. So once we identify this particular problem, then the second step comes. And there we are talking about analyzing the problem. So when we talk about analyzing problem, the intent is to now find out that why the rejection is high, why it is important to reduce the rejection from 500 ppm to 100 ppm, and whether it is linked with the overall objective of the management, which I talked about is QCD or not. Once that is being done, the next step is about identifying the cause. So here we have to identify what are the possible different causes of rejection which is happening in the molding department, because of which the ppm is so high as long as 500 ppm. Once we identify the different causes, and there are different tools and techniques which can be used with respect to that. Say for very popular example is a fishbone diagram, wherein the intent is to identify in case of man, machine, material, method, and there can be something else, that what are the possible causes for high rejection. And once we do that, then out of all those causes, the next step comes finding out the root cause, that what are the key causes which is contributing to the so high rejection of 500 ppm in the molding process. Once we do that in terms of man, machine, material, method, then comes the next step, that is step number 5. So in this particular step, now we have to do the data analysis on the root cause. So whatever is the root cause that is being identified, now we do a data analysis to find out that what is the contributing factor, which particular month, which particular mold, which particular product, from where this problem is coming. Maybe a particular operator is causing more problems, or maybe on a particular shift, maybe shift A, shift B, shift C, which is contributing to the maximum rejection, or maybe the kind of operators whomsoever is working when this particular problem is coming, whether the problem is coming at the time of job setup, or maybe at the time of shift ending, and there can be many things which can happen. So that needs to be done with respect to the data analysis. Once that is being done, then comes the next step, wherein we have to develop the possible solutions, that now out of all these things, whatever is the real root cause and whatever are the data which are suggesting that yes, the rejection is happening because of these 3 factors, now we have to find a possible solutions with respect to that, so that we can take some action. We have to define the responsibility, we have to define the time frame, and we also have to see that how much time it is required, and whether the person who are going to do it, whether they are competent to do or not. Once that is being done, another important thing at this step is to understand that what can be the forcing possible resistance that can come. Now that resistance come from the members itself, it can come from maybe any other department who may be linked with this particular department. Say for example the tool room, they may not be supportive to that, or maybe there is some investment that is required which management may not be willing to do, or there can be any other thing. So we need to identify any forcing problem which can be there with respect to that. Once that is being taken care, the next step we are talking about trial, implementation, and checking the performance. Then we'll just see that whatever actions that we are proposing, we'll not implement them immediately. We'll see, say for example, with respect to maybe the preventive maintenance of the molds, or maybe it can be with respect to the job setup, it can be with respect to training to the operators, or it can be anywhere else. Now we do the trials with respect to that, then we see that what kind of results are coming, and once we find that the results are giving the desired results, and now the rejection is reducing towards 100 ppm, then we can go to the next step about the implementation part. When we talk about implementation, the intent is then we have to standardize everything. Maybe we have to update our control plan, work instruction. Maybe we need to communicate to the management about the changes that we have incorporated, so that we can get the confirmation from their side, and they should also feel convinced that yes, whatever actions are being proposed, they are actually going to sustain and it is not going to give any problem. And then finally the last action, which is talking about the follow-up and review. Here the intent is that whatever actions that we are taking, whether they are sustainable or they are not sustainable, in case they are not sustainable, what can be done so that they remain sustainable and they become a part of our daily work management. That's very, very important. In fact, while we are implementing quality circle projects and we are working on that, there are some other tools also which are equally important, which are being implemented by the organization, and they includes process flow chart, maybe some bar chart, run chart, and YY analysis, which plays a very, very important role in this particular thing. And certainly when an organization effectively implements quality cycle, there are a lot of benefits that organization get. The first and the foremost is the teamwork, because once an effectively a quality circle project is being implemented, that enhances the teamwork between people, the motivation level improves, the quality gets better, the productivity gets better. Certainly when all those things are happening, it is going to benefit the customer also, and certainly the first objective, the profitability based on quality, cost, and delivery, that also get enhanced. Well, after talking about so many good things, it's also important to understand the key challenges that industry is facing with respect to quality cycles. The first and foremost is that whatever is the theme of a project and whatever improvement that we are doing, how much sustainable is that? Is it only for getting some clapping or appreciation, or actually they sustain for a long time? It's a very important thing to verify in the organization. Then second, whenever an organization decides to go out with any quality circle project, how often the training is being given in a way to make sure that people understand the basic concept of quality circle, and not that the main objective is just to earn some award or some appreciation from someone. Third very important thing is that, which is very, very common in the industry, is that there are so many award ceremonies where the companies go and present their quality circles, and they also get the good award, maybe gold or bronze or silver. But whenever these awards are given, is it more based on the presentation skills, that how they are able to present that they have used all the 7QC tools and fishbone diagram and so many things? Well, actually it is based on the real thing which is being done by that particular team. And the fourth and the most common and the common challenge that industry faces is that whenever any quality circle is completed, it is actually being done by the team, or maybe something which has been done earlier. They just make some document and present as if they did that particular thing. Well, so if I talk about the summary, I talk about what exactly is quality circle, some brief history about the quality circle, then I talked about the purpose of quality circle, how to go ahead with the quality circle, what are the key challenges that industry is facing, and what are the benefits organization is getting by effectively implementing quality circle. Well, my next video will again be in line with the human resource training and development, and in that I'm going to talk about DWM, daily work management. Well, regularly I'm getting a lot of feedback from your side and they are helping me to understand your expectations. So please do continue that. And in case you want to understand a little bit more about this particular video, you'll find a link below. If you click that, you'll find a blog there. And there you'll find this information in much more detail. And in case you're liking these kind of videos and blogs, you can always share with your friends and colleagues, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and my website, bhavyamangla.com. Thank you.